Today's pics and videos will highlight three areas: the Resaca, Georgia Civil War battlefield, the neighboring Fort Wayne Civil War historic site, along with the Resaca Confederate Cemetery. Resaca is located about 75 miles northwest of Atlanta. It was the first major battle for the city of Atlanta that eventually led to its capture. And this battle was unique in that the entire armies of both Confederate General Joseph E. Johnston and Union General William T. Sherman fought each other. The dates of the battle were May 13th through May 15th of 1864. This battle ultimately resulted in Union forces maneuvering in a southwesterly direction around Confederate forces, therefore forcing Confederate troops to move deeper into Georgia, closer to Atlanta. Today, the battlefield is split by Interstate 75, so one can find portions of the battlefield on the west side of the interstate, where the main entrance is, but other portions can be visited on the east side of the interstate, near the small downtown area of Resaca and the railroad tracks. Entrance to the park is free, and it is open roughly from dawn till dusk on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And for you walking enthusiasts, there's a 1.5 mile red battlefield trail and also a 2.5 mile blue battlefield trail. After a few more pics and videos of this area, we will then move on to the old Fort Wayne historic site. The old Fort Wayne historic site sits just east of downtown Resaca, overlooking the Oostenaula River. This Confederate training camp was built in 1862 for troops moving north. The site sits on 65 acres with well-preserved trenches and parade ground. The light artillery battery placed here protected the nearby railroad and bridge and saw extensive action during the Battle of Resaca. Union forces took over the fort after the battle and built a larger and separate fort that consisted of a redoubt and 2 rings of trenches. And Union forces remained here until 1868. There's a nice walking perimeter that leads to both the old fort area and down near the river. And there is no cost to visit this area as well. After a few more pics and videos of this area, we'll then move on to the Resaca Confederate Cemetery. Resaca's Confederate Cemetery is tied with one in Virginia as being the oldest exclusive Confederate cemetery. It is the final resting place of more than 440 Confederate soldiers killed on the Resaca battlefield. It was established on the efforts of one Mary Jane Green, who raised the funds through friends and newspaper ads to move the hastily buried bodies from the battlefield and mark their new graves with stone tablets. The new graves were established on a 2.5-acre plot of land given to Mary by her father. The arduous work began in July of 1866 with the help of Mary's sisters, her mother, and former family slaves. The work was finished by that October and was officially dedicated on October 25th, 1866. The cemetery is located 4 miles north of downtown Resaca, just east of Interstate 75, and it is open 24 hours.